Hari Om and welcome to all the divine Atmajyotis to today's contemplation of Sri Dakshinamurthy Stotra. Today, let us contemplate on the second line of the sixth shloka of the Dhyana shlokas. Sac-Cid-Aananda-Ruupaaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah. So let us share our viewpoints about this particular shloka. Who would like to begin? Satyaji, would you like to share?
I think I will listen first, Vijayji.
Sure.
Yes, thank you.
Who else would like to begin? Shubhaji, would you like to start?
Yes, sir. So, Dakshinamurti is nothing but the embodiment of Sac-Cid-Aananda, which is nothing but existence, consciousness, and bliss. So, to that Sac-Cid-Aananda, to that Dakshinamurti, who is nothing but the existence, consciousness, and bliss, I bow down to him. So, here we look at Dakshinamurti as the Guru, right? So our Guru, the Guru who we consider, or for example, I consider Prabhuji and Vijayji as Guru. So that person is nothing but the embodiment of existence, consciousness, and bliss. So there is no duality between me and the Guru, is what this particular shloka is guiding us to, I would say. So there is no duality. So if you're looking outside of anything, then there will be no bliss. So the whole existence is nothing but consciousness. That is what Sri Dakshinamurti is pointing us to.
Thank you, Shubhaji.
In this, I had one question.
Yeah.
So when I say I don't look at the other person as some other person, it is me only. So in our daily lives, we look at we interact with so many people.
Yeah.
So we think that we are Atma, and we conduct ourselves in that way, right? So we keep doing good throughout. But thinking that, realizing that we are Atma and that other person is not somebody else. So, but that person doesn't think that way, and in a, like the example of what you gave, no sir, the sage who gets bitten by that scorpion all the time. Yeah. So does it mean that at some point of time I am getting that duality when I get upset with the other person doing that to me, or not reciprocating the same?
Okay.
I'm not continuing with the concept of I am Atma.
Okay. So the question is, I may be aware that I am Atma.
Yeah.
I'm serving the world with that notion.
Yeah.
However, whoever I'm serving is not able to reciprocate that way, and is getting to me. I'm getting maybe jittery, or I'm getting little upset about their approach or their attitude. Does it mean that I am not yet established? Is that your question?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes.
Correct. So any jitteriness, any anxiety, any worry, any tension, any fear is an indication that there is some kind of a resolution that needs to happen in my vrittis, in my thinking pattern. So it is ultimately my thinking pattern that binds me. So what is the source of the fear Or what is the source of the anxiety? Or what is the source of the insult? So when somebody says something to me and I feel insulted, what it essentially means is, it may be their words, but the meaning is derived within me. We keep talking about this example, right? Somebody calls you a donkey. So now I get insulted. If I say I am insulted, how can they call me a donkey? What is the source of the insult there? Is it the sound called donkey, insulted? It is like any other sound. And ears capture simply that sound and bring to your mind. So sounds like sight, like smell, like any other 5 sensations, they simply are sensations. There is nothing in that sound which is saying it is an insulting sound or it is a very good sound. Sound is sound is sound. It is simply sensation that is traveling to your mind. So which means that the interpretation of that particular sensation is happening in my mind using the information I have stored in my mind. If I'm a small baby, donkey sound means nothing, may mean nothing. Simply it's a sound that comes and goes, like a cloud that comes and goes, like a whiff of wind that comes and goes. It simply comes and goes. I have no yes or no, want or don't want, good or bad association with it. However, as I learn the meaning, that word donkey in my dictionary may turn out to be a very noble animal. Then when somebody calls me donkey, see, for example, instead of somebody calling you a donkey, you are like a horse. Maybe the insult level may not be so high. Another example, you are a monkey. Insult level is high. You are Hanumanta. Insult level is probably even not there, depending upon, which, what kind of association you have with Hanumanta. But most probably, you will not have a negative association. So it is like a praise. You are Hanuman. Oh, I am Hanumanta. But in terms of the shape and the form, both are the same monkeys. So it is all to do with the meaning that you and I have associated with that particular sound bite. So therefore, any jitteriness, anxiety, fear, tension, stress, irritation, all are indication that whatever that is happening, the impressions that are within me are having some kind of a reaction to that. So it's a good thing. See, you can cure something only where, for example, if your hand is hurt, it will constantly tell you by giving you a signal called pain. Only because it is giving you a signal called pain, you will be careful. Otherwise, you may keep getting hurt in the same place again and again and again and again. So these are all signals. So as you become aware of the signal, good. One more thing to let go. One more thing to just be watchful of.
Sir, in that saint and the scorpion story, if the scorpion keeps biting him,
yeah,
ultimately it may lead to his death, right?
So okay, so
where is the end
story, to? Correct. The scorpion story, all these stories, Vedanta stories, come with a certain clause. And the clause is you have to use it only for the purpose meant for its usage.
Yes, I understood, sir. But for example, in our life,
I'll come to that.
Yeah.
So, what is the scorpion story purpose? Primary purpose is it is to indicate your true nature. See, when the saint says it is my dharma, he is not saying I've been told by somebody that I have to behave like this, so I'm behaving like this. It is to say that I feel that way. It is just my nature. Like how sun if you go and ask sun, why are you shining? He will only say, it is my nature. I cannot but be the light. So I cannot but be that compassion. I cannot but be that love. So a mother gives birth to a child. In the childbirth process, the mother may even die. But the mother is not worried about, I may die. The mother is only focused on the child, the care and concern for the child. You have many examples, right? So you know it day in and day out. There are many situations within your life, around you, where some people behave in ways that are very anti to their own physical existence. A soldier is another example. He's willing to give up his life. So if you ask a true soldier, why are you, look, you could also be happy, healthy, and, maybe run around with your family. Why are you risking your life? That logic doesn't work with him because his feeling is different. So this story is to indicate your true nature, because you are not a body which can be killed. And that clarity in terms of an experience has clearly emerged for that guru, that guru in that story. So that guru is no more worried about, I will perish. Because who is going to perish? Who is ultimately going to perish?
The
The body
body.
is anyway perishable.
Yeah.
So with that conviction and the ultimate reality of existence is pure love. Love is the essence that is binding this entire existence. And it is not a matter of Bollywood story. That is how it is. That is the reality. So that reality is what is functioning through that guru. So it is to indicate, it is to point to that reality of the realization. So therefore, that guru will not even ask the question, what will happen to me? Will I survive? You know the story of Mata Amritanandamayi. I have told you.
Yeah.
His brother and another person came to kill her.
Yeah.
But if that particular body and mind has to continue, it is like, it's very hard to imagine in our mind. It is trying to kill the universe. How can you kill the universe? What is there to kill in the universe? Because universe is not destroyable in that sense of the word. Because it is not one thing separate from something else. Because the very nature of the universe is creation, sustenance, transformation. So what is there to kill? She is not a person to kill. And that particular body and mind is necessary for the upliftment of so many others. So universal rush to the protection of it. You and I have a notion of disease and curing in a very limited body and mind-based way of thinking. The story of our lady, Anita Moorjani. So how can such things happen? Because that is how it is meant to be. So it is not a physicality that is driving the thinking in that guru. So that is the clarity that we need to obtain from that story. If I apply my own limited logic of, okay, I am thinking like a body, but the body will perish if I keep getting bitten. Yes, it is correct. For that particular body-based thinking, it is correct. So therefore, the logic has to be seen based on my own current thinking. So therefore, what may be best is to look at it as, okay, I have to evolve in terms of my own service. At the end of the day, that person may be bad, that person may be doing wrong things. I keep wishing that person the best of the best. However, if it is hurting me, I have to be insulated. No. If there is cold and if I'm feeling shivery and I cannot hold it by any means, I cannot withstand it by any other means, I have to wear a sweater. But I may also have a practice where simply by certain pranayama practices, I may increase my inner heat. Then I don't need the sweater. Or I may be, in some situations, you also may have seen, you're doing something without even awareness of what is happening around you, because you're so engrossed in that work that the body consciousness has fallen away. So you're not even feeling cold or heat or whatever it is. So like that, depending upon my own current feeling and thinking, I have to adapt. I'm feeling shivery and I cannot withstand, wear a sweater. So I cannot withstand that person. See whether I can be away from that person, whether I can still continue to wish the best for the person, but be away from that person, be away from that situation. That's an insulation. So like that, different upayas, strategies can be adopted.
I still have that strong identity as a Jivatma. That's why all these things. Understood, sir. Understood. Yeah.
But the good thing is, okay, there is something that is stopping me from this story's realization is also there now.
Yeah.
So the first thing is to become aware that, for example, most people, when there's a fear or anxiety or tension or irritation, they blame outside. So there is something out there that is causing. But the very first and the most important crucial step in evolution is, okay, it is within me. That itself is a significant step. So yeah, please don't be discouraged at all. It is not about, oh, I'm still stuck. No, it is not like that. It's a significant step that, okay, there is something within me I need to still examine.
Sadhana has to continue.
That is needless to say.
Yes, sir. Got it. Thank you. I think I have asked this question empty number of times. You have answered it every time, but still, sometimes I keep repeating it. I'm sorry.
No need to be sorry. That is what the vrittis are, right? The thought patterns, they emerge in different ways, because every time it appears like it's wonderful. It's really wonderful that consciousness can appear in so many different vrittis, and each time there is a subtle difference, and each time it appears to be subtly different. So many innumerable millions and billions and trillions uncountable forms are there physically to also see, and to even imagine that, okay, it's the same consciousness that's appearing as all of this is unfathomable. See, it's beyond comprehension, right? That if I give the example of gold appearing as ornaments, it's very easy to grasp. But it's the same divine consciousness appearing as your house, your husband, your nose, your ring, your 100 other things. That leap is not very easy to make. So therefore, the vrittis appear. And the good thing is, you are the watcher of the vritti. So with that understanding, simply become aware of that vritti. And as you do not react to that vritti, as you simply notice that vritti, it will fall down. Because there is no way it can sustain unless you sustain it. And how do you sustain it? By giving so-called thinking energy. Thinking is an energy. As you interact with it, it gains energy. Any form in your life gains energy only when you invest your energy in it. Any idea gains energy only by you investing in it. Your God in your God room is a God only because you have invested energy in it.
Thank you, sir. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sarunji, you wanted to say something?
I was also thinking on this last night, so I just wanted to add. Yeah, so this knowledge of Aham Brahmasmi, right? I am Brahman, and then like I am also operating in this body. It's like basically again this at the same time playing multiple roles. On one side, there's the feel of Brahman is impersonal thing. It's not limited. Uh, Very similar to how I am this I would say I am from Bangalore, and at the same time I'm Indian, right? And that Indian is like there is nothing telling me I am Indian other than that line is drawn, right? When I draw this line and say like this Bangalore, I am from Bangalore, this line, right? But then you go one level above, everything else is Indian, right? Similarly, within this body, if I am identifying, I go by this name, but then like beyond this body, it's that's what that what we see is it's the same consciousness that's operating around completely all over. In some ways, from the universal consciousness point of view, the universal consciousness, there is everything is one. While it's not going to say that like, oh, this is Shubha or this is Ramanan. While from down up, when we go, wait. Since I have this form, I am only this form. That is the mental uh,
Model.
understanding or the mental limitation it's being applied. Right. So basically two things are going on at the same time. It's and I cannot um take the Brahman thing and say, you know what, like I am everything. So everything should, if I am everything, everything should work the way I want. Why should there be any conflict at all? Why is it like other person not responding the way I want, or why is it I'm not getting what I want? That is at a different level, right? Which is basically uh, what is going on is for the at the mind level, while the reality of Brahman is one level above. Right? And at that level, there is no expectation or there is no differentiation between me and other. Right? And uh, at the mind level, like what Shubhaji was asking, right? I keep doing I have the right understanding. I keep doing the right, but can I expect the other person to reciprocate? Because there, uh, every moment, every scene, every scenario that is showing up is a valid scenario, and if it's a valid scenario, then one should never have a conflict at all. Uh, I think finally, which goes to Chitta Shuddhi, saying being ready to accept all valid scenarios and not only looking for a favorable scenario, right?
Yeah, so ultimately it raises in the mind as either raga or dvesha. So these are the only two fundamental responses that appear in the mind. I have a likeness or liking to that situation, or I don't like that. So which ultimately is nothing but dvesha, ultimately nothing but raga. So any raga and dvesha response is the one which moves me in only one direction. So to be free from raga and dvesha means what? Is to learn to accept it completely. Acceptance doesn't mean lack of action. So the confusion comes in terms of, okay, be a sakshi to that situation. do not react to that situation, doesn't mean that you should not act. There is a complete freedom to act. Like I showed the different examples, right? If it is cold, wear a sweater is one way of action. If there is cold, increase your internal heat is another way of acting. Or the work that you are doing, you are not even bothered, then there is no question of you feeling the cold at all. So therefore, it all depends upon the situation and how you want to respond to that situation. Perfectly okay to respond. What Sakshi means, you are the witness of it. You are not getting affected because of that. The feeling that I am getting affected because of that is the one that needs to be removed through correct understanding. You are never affected by whatever that is happening. You are always free from that. But the notion that I'm getting affected is what causes the confusion.
That affected is, I am only completing it, saying I am affected. I am accepting it.
I'm accepting because I'm thinking of myself as something related to this body and mind. Only the body and the mind notion can get affected. If I'm a body and if somebody is cutting that finger, then I feel I'm getting affected. That doesn't mean that I should not protect it. So these are two distinct things that we need to realize here.
Yeah, when it comes to the body, it's the personal thing in play, and this Brahman realization is that impersonal, like outside, or like not limited to that body one.
There's one another story. No, there's one another story. A guru was teaching the Vedanta, I'm not the body and all that. And somebody started screaming, oh, there's a tiger in the ashram. Everybody go to a safe place and run. And they all see that, including Guru, everybody is running. And then they go and put themselves in the room and they are safe now. Now somebody is asking, Arare, you are teaching like that? Yeah, correct. What is wrong in protecting my body? So it doesn't mean that, we have to act in only one way. And the Guru acts in 100 ways to help. Again, it depends upon the realization of the Guru himself or herself. But assuming that the Guru is a realized one, the Guru's action should not be only analyzed from my own limited thinking. It is like saying that, then Krishna could have healed the entire world, removed all the ambiguities of every mind. Or, some guru who's having in his own body some disease can cure himself of that disease. Of course, can. But is it needed, necessary? So it's like that, you and I may apply your and my limited framework of thinking and looking at the situation.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, every scenario is basically a step towards the final realization. So it's
it is ultimately only a teacher.
Some teaching is happening.
Every situation is a teacher to me. Every situation. So every sensation that is coming, see, that's where we are looking at here, Guru Dakshinamurthy. As is our inner Guru, but he also is appearing as the outer Guru. So here, Ishvaro Guru Atmiti, Murti Bheda Vibhagine. The very next shloka says that. So it is that ultimate consciousness only which appears as Ishvara, the omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, and who is appearing as the Guru and who is appearing as the Atman. And these are different forms of separation. How the separation is appearing? Because of the various limitations of thinking in the instrument through which that is being seen. Otherwise, it's like you and I have split the space into this is my house, that is your house. Is there really your house and my house? In that sense of asking the question, if you start looking at it from the viewpoint of the space, where is the separation in the space? You and I have a limited understanding. So therefore, you and I fight for my house, your house. But when you are a space, where is the limitation to the space? The boundary called a wall is an imaginary separation of the space. Space is not really separated. Ishvaro Guru Atmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah. So like the sky, he is all pervading. You are all pervading. Padmaji, would you like to share your viewpoints?
Yes, sir. It is something similar to what you just shared. So the formless, which is existence, consciousness, and bliss, takes a form as Dakshinamurti or Guru to point out to the formless within us. So when I say I bow down to this Dakshinamurti, it necessarily for me means that when the small I or the various identities that I take up is given up, the formless within shines through. So that is what Dakshinamurti is pointing out to, and that is what as a Guru, Guruji, our Prabhuji, or you are also pointing out to. So when I am seeking what is deep within, when I want to seek what is deep within, then the Guru shows up in various forms to point that it is not in the external, but it is within me. So that is how I connect to this shloka, sir.
Very nice. Hariam Rupaji.
Hariam, sir. Hariam, everyone.
Would you like to share your view on this line? That is what we are contemplating.
Sir, I would be a listener today, sir.
Okay, Rupaji. Deepaji, would you like to share?
It is a salutation to the God within me.
Anything more?
No, sir.
When you use that way, God within me, how would you like to describe that God? Anything about the nature of the God or qualities of the God?
When I am blissful, I feel I'm something different, sir. And I would like to be like that throughout. That feeling which I feel is God.
Excellent. So what you are pointing at is, when you're feeling blissful, there is nothing more you want. There is nothing that you have a fear of losing. Correct?
Yes, sir.
A sense of completeness.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Deepaji. Satyaji, would you like to share anything now?
Yes, Vijayji. First of all, these whole shlokas, I mean, I'm feeling that I have to go through each and every shloka and the meaning. The recitation and the meaning are very good. So I would like to look at this PPT. If it is already there in the group, I would like to.
I will share it again. I'll share the PPT and the video once again in the group.
Yeah, it is very meaningful, very useful, Vijayji. And yeah, when we say that Dakshinamurti is nothing but the embodiment of Sac-Cid-Aananda, for that matter, any guru is embodiment of Sac-Cid-Aananda, and that is what it points out to. It is every one of us is nothing but existence, consciousness, and bliss. So when we are, as Prabhuji says, when we are doing namaskara to anyone, it is like the consciousness in me is bowing down to the consciousness in you. So it is acknowledging the fact that you are Sachidananda, and at the same time realizing that I myself am Sachidananda. So that is how I'm looking at this loka.
Excellent, excellent, Satyaji. It reminds me of the Buddha's statement. So he says there are two kinds of Buddhas. One is an awakened Buddha, another one is a sleeping Buddha. But all are Buddhas only.
Yes, 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 Vijayji. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you. Is there anything more anybody would like to add or ask?
No, sir.
So in a sense, your and my true nature is being shown by describing Dakshinamurti. And also, it is showing that how you and I can look at all situations of life, pleasant, unpleasant, whatever it may be, as a teacher, as a guru. So the idea of a guru is not a physical being sitting somewhere. Idea of a guru is far more deeper, is in everything, because ultimate guru is who? Ishvaro Guru Atmeti. That consciousness only, that Ishvara only is appearing as the guru. So which means what? It has no limitation of space and time. It may speak through different forms, in different times, in different ways. We all have seen that story of Sri Shankaracharya, when he is taking bath and walking, and then there's a Chandala walking his way, and somebody says, "Walk, go away, Guru is coming." And Shankaracharya also, apparently in that story, says, move away. The Chandala asks, who are you asking to move away? The body? It is made up of the same Panchamahabhutas like your body. Are the inner being, Atman? Where can he move? Where is he not? So, every situation, however unpleasant it may be, it is ultimately a teacher to me. And all I can ask for is, may I have the wisdom to recognize the teaching. And that is what we keep praying. When we say in any of the prayers, Asatoma Sadgamaya, may I see the truth in this every situation which seems to come and go, which seems to be an untruth. May I see the permanence, Mrityorma Amritangamaya. May I see what is permanent. So in every situation, may I constantly be guided. Is the only true prayer that I can have. And only through that can I evolve. Hari Om.